This episode of Speakers of Heidelin is made possible by our generous patrons. Special thanks to our supreme and master speakers, Omeji Cat Comet, Erisu Yamakawa, Alex Franco AV, Winebow Brood, Aurora Templeton, Psyche, Azuta Starbreeze, Cletus Oreo, Nina Grimstarter, Lily Black, Bob CZ, Mikta Rabentau, Anathos Moonscar, Pamela Isley, Elenreal Maximus, Coderith Novelist, Mira Miri, Celestau Notrell, Lazy Boy, Luke Osborne, Pandaloo, Storm Arrow, Tex, Kylin, Arthur Law, Barry Danderard, Cypup, Spencer Christmas, Noy Fafnir, Celine DeLune, Edwin, Webster Wolf, Severa, Circa Barrackhill, AJ Brainswords, and Cass Ram, Ventos Tia, Ryark Forbear, Late in the House, Tony, Arcadia Lunashine, Umbral Wind, Framboise Sakuro, Bergie, Fudge, and Zephiel. Support the show and become a patron today at patreon.com/speakersxiv. Thank you.
This is Speakers of Heidelin.
Good evening, Aorcians. Welcome to Speakers of Heidelin, episode 396. I'm Lakil Bravestone, and I'm joined today by Georgi Wiston, Mela Vanadar, and Rolodes.
Hello.
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 Today, it's April 6th, 2024, and today we're going to talk about the 16 crossover. It's finally here. So we'll talk about that. Also, we have the full schedule for the 10th anniversary 14-hour stream. And we will also, of course, be reading MogMail, speakersxiv.com/MogMail. We have also stay tuned for the post show, obviously, if you're watching live, for questions from the syndicate. And what might be, at least, I'm not going to say it because I'm going to curse myself. We started late today, so maybe not. But I'm hoping that we're getting at least very, very close to the end of the Pokemon segment. Yeah, it is. It's time. It's time to end it. The segment. All right. Quick channel update for tomorrow. We're doing. We're gonna rank. We're back to ranking things. Speakers ranks. 24-man raids for Final Fantasy XIV. So make sure you catch that live tomorrow, and I will try to get it up on the Speaker's Place soon. TM. Okay. Anything else? No.
I think it's like National Siamese Cat Day. So shout out to National Siamese Cats today.
That's a weird day.
Siamese cats.
Thank you to the Siamese cats. They're quite pretty.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This is the first episode after the end of start of daylight savings. I don't fucking know how.
I think
that
someone
works.
in the comments corrected us. It's the start.
Yeah, I know.
Of daylight.
We suffer either way. I don't know, man.
I find it weird that it's the start of daylight savings because I thought we started daylight savings because of winter. We wanted to keep
to
daylight.
save daylight.
So it should be ended, right? But
I think so, but it's.
They explained it in the
If
comments.
that's what it is, then that's what it is.
We have sprung forward. We can say that.
We're sprung forward.
Yeah.
Shout out to the Siamese cats.
Shout out to the Siamese cats. Welcome to Speakers of Heidelin.
We went back like 3 hours ago, which surprised me because it made me realize that no episodes were in that interim period of like me being an hour before or after it.
Right. Right. True. So welcome back to Australian viewers who... wait, is it better for Australian viewers now or worse?
I mean,
Depends
it's
on
better
how you
for
look at
me.
it. Yeah.
You're a
It's worse,
freak.
I think. It's worse in the sense that the show is ostensibly supposed to start at 5 a.m. Australian time, East Coast.
Wow.
Yes. Right. Well, it's almost 6 a.m. in Australia right now, so very early. So probably not a lot of your Australian viewers. It is Saturday.
Wake up.
If you're a very early bird,
It's
you might
Sunday.
It's Sunday actually. So early birds, g'day.
Good
Good
day.
day.
Have your morning glizzy or whatever you call hot dogs over there.
Shrimp.
Your Tim Tams.
Morning shrimp.
Yes.
Get your morning shrimp on the Barbie.
On the
I
Barbie.
definitely wouldn't eat any of these things together. Or for breakfast, probably.
Okay. Well, anyways, welcome to Speakers of Idleland. Let's jump into recent events. Yes. We have some more Xbox stuff.
Ooh, yes.
There's
Oh my god.
it's really funny stuff, actually.
It is funny.
This is all on Microsoft.
Yes. So I don't even know how to okay, so I'll just read the headline for the story and then you'll understand the premise. Xbox reportedly bans Final Fantasy XIV player over free company recruitment. A Final Fantasy XIV player saw that Xbox banned them for trying to recruit others to their free company, the MMO version of guilds. Now, you've probably seen this on the subreddit as well. This was a pretty big one. It's a few days ago now. But Final Fantasy XIV players on the recently released Xbox port, this is from thegamer.com. Final Fantasy XIV players on the recently released Xbox port say they're being hit with unexpected bans. Those affected report that the ban kicked in after using the in-game chat to look for a free company, with Xbox apparently feeling that this has some kind of rule-breaking double meaning. While it isn't clear what the issue is with these free company recruitment messages, some suspect that Xbox views looking for an in-game guild as self-promotion, or even some kind of NS is not safe for work innuendo. Appealing the bans doesn't appear to be working either, leaving one player locked out of in-game communication for more than 60 days.
That's harsh.
Yeah. Go on.
Putting 14 on the Xbox should just be a slam dunk, you know?
Yeah.
It should just be easy. You know?
Yes, I agree.
Why has it turned out this way? Every step,
know.
it's been like, well,
Are there
technically,
are there any? What MMOs are available on the Xbox? Do we like
PSO2?
Yeah.
The Elder Scrolls.
Elder Scrolls? Oh, yes, I was on. Okay. So it's not just because they're not familiar with having an MMO on their platform.
Destiny.
Oh yeah, Destiny, I guess. Yeah.
Does Destiny have guilds?
Yeah, they have.
Yeah,
they have. They do. They have like a raid company thing.
Okay.
Okay, so this is the message that got them banned, which is quite interesting. Hello, Sprouts. We're currently recruiting for a new free company that accepts anyone. Please have Discord because we have PC players. PM if interested, friends.
Oh.
That's crazy.
Now you can see it, right?
That's.
I mean, I don't know about you. That's ban-worthy right there.
Yeah.
Like,
It's kind of
if
sus.
you can't tell that's ban-worthy, then I think you're just not using your brain.
Is it because
Yeah.
they said PC players? It's like, how dare you?
Yeah.
You didn't specify Windows. You could also mean Mac, and we don't do that here.
No.
Exactly.
I mean, heaven forbid that they said we also have PlayStation players.
Oh.
Yeah, that's true. Also,
They just come to your house and kill you. That's like,
Yeah, that's too much.
so apparently the only explanation they were given was this account violated the community standards and was subjected to enforcement action. The ban is active for 61 days. And during that time, they won't be able to, quote, communicate with others, join multiplayer games, or upload media to the Xbox network. What?
This is...
That's a super harsh ban because that's
everything on
2
Xbox.
Play a
months
game.
of game time plus 1 day.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
ooh. Do you think it pauses as well? So if you have to buy that 3rd month of subscription to get that last day gone? I hope so.
Oh my
No,
God.
I can't imagine that. I don't think that's how that works.
No, I don't think so. This isn't. So just so we're clear, this is an Xbox issue. This is not Square Enix, obviously. This would be fine. This is
pure Xbox.
so they need to sort that out. But
the majority of issues here in general has been on Xbox side.
Yeah.
So
yes,
Square Enix can't really do much, unfortunately.
no.
I mean, that's also not even including this is the bigger issue, but there are also the smaller issues where things like the word savage get censored
Oh yeah,
because of the 3-letter combination VAG.
yeah,
True, yeah.
yeah.
That's insane.
It's been a lot of funny censorship
can't-
issues with
It's
the
very funny.
Xbox.
Again, it should just work.
Yeah.
We already have a format that works on the other console. Like, why is it not? And you have other MMOs too.
Yeah, 14's
You see, well,
chat.
it's clear that the people who play on PlayStation and PC are nice,
Okay.
hinged players.
Yeah, very much so.
Obviously, something else.
No, but
Microsoft have had to enforce such a strict censorship that you can't say almost any word anymore.
it's so funny because 14 already has a chat service that's already got its own censorship system in place. Why do we have? Why do they have a
Yeah, but
double
you can say
layer?
Fanalan.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, so they need to sort these kinks. You expect a few bumps along the, but I think this one's pretty serious though. That's 61 days
This
of
better be solved
That's a
sooner
long-
rather than
yeah.
later.
yeah,
Sort it out.
yeah.
Again, it's so silly. Why?
Is it because
What?
is it because they say free? Do they feel like they're promoting something like a
Yeah, because-
scam? Like
Yeah.
like
Or
But
the
these
idea
are
of
things you would
freedom.
say in
Yeah.
other MMOs or similar games
I guess so. I
that
don't
are
know.
already on there.
Maybe you can't say them. Maybe in Elder Scrolls you can't say free.
It's well known that in ESO you can't say free. Okay, just
Yeah.
No, you can only say unslaved.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
It's the only way of doing it.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Well, there you go. Hopefully, sorted out soon, and I
Get
hope
it sorted
the
out.
people that got banned for this can get through. It doesn't look like they
I don't know
can.
if anyone else got a related article on this article, by the way, of Titan wearing a giant Choose Life t-shirt.
I saw that too.
I really appreciate
Oh
it.
yeah, I see that one. Yeah. It's
Maybe
funny.
next week, guys. We'll find
Maybe
out why
next-
that's
I've saved that. I actually opened that and I'm going to read that after.
That's how
Okay.
you do a good click article, guys.
Yeah. Okay, now the funniest, the not dry news coming up. Important updates about purchases and subscriptions. This
There we
is
go.
only the best news here at Speakers of Eidolon.
The second where I was like, oh, he's being sarcastic.
Yeah, we have talked about this like a year ago at this point, I think, but they gave us advance warning. Advance warning.
Yeah, you have been warned.
Important update about purchases and subscriptions. The change to payment processors used for purchases on the Final Fantasy XIV MOG Station, Final Fantasy XIV Online Store, and Square Enix account management sites is scheduled to be implemented on April 23rd, 2024. This should not have an impact on most purchases, but we want to share some information to help make the transition as smooth as possible. After April the 23rd, 2024, we will be confirming the address for the account for payment security stumbled through that sentence for some reason. I'll do it again. After April 23rd, 2024, we will be confirming the address for the account for payment security purposes. You can confirm and update your registered address by logging into the Square Enix account management system and accessing the account information section from the account menu. This change should not have an impact on customers who have a recurring subscription. However, customer payments will begin using the new payment processor as soon as any change is made to an existing subscription plan, such as changing the payment method or setting up a new recurring subscription. We recommend making changes to your account after April 24th, 2024 to prevent any disruption. Please note that some payment methods that are currently offered will not be available after the transition. While we are planning to add more payment methods in the future, for now you will need to choose from the available payment methods: Visa, MasterCard, American Express, Discover, PayPal, Amazon Pay, and PaySafeCard. Unfortunately, we will not be able to accept JCB, Carte Bleu, SEPA, ELV. We apologize for any inconvenience this may cause. If you use any of these somewhat obscure payment methods, I guess, I mean, Carte Bleu I've seen, but...
I think those are,
Apparently
some of those
SEPA
are in China, maybe?
Apparently, SEPA is
Oh.
really common in Germany. I think that was
the
was, like, very common in
German processor. We apologize for any inconvenience. Okay, yeah. We recommend due diligence when reviewing charges after the change to ensure they are from Square Enix for purchases you made. You may notice that credit card charges appear differently on your bank statement, or your bank may request additional fraud verification for new purchases. In cases where a transaction is declined, you encounter error messages, or you have any other difficulties with payments, your account will be permanently deleted. Now, please contact the Square Enix support center so we can assist you. But
I was gonna
for
say,
real
like,
though,
idle and help you.
yeah, idle and help you if that happens. Be sure. Don't. We've said this before, but this isn't a joke. You have to make sure that you never get a chargeback on your card because you will lose your account.
Oh, never. Yeah.
You will lose your account.
It's not the decline that gets you. Again, it's the charge.
Yeah, it's the chargeback.
Yeah.
So sort that
No matter,
shit out.
because you can pay them double and they still won't ever accept it. Like that happened,
Yeah.
and they'll never forgive you.
We did talk a little bit about this before we went live, but PayPal is listed here. I know that's apparently that has been a payment method in some regions for a while. It has never been available to me, and I
think it's been available to me.
I think I think NA has had access to PayPal for a while, forever, I think. But please add PayPal. I feel
give them your credit card directly. They gotta.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm always so scared about the fucking
Same.
chargeback.
Yeah.
If it was PayPal, I would just know that that significantly minimizes the chance of a chargeback ever happening.
Yeah.
But until then, I was just like, I don't like it.
I'm almost like
PayPal's
tempted.
linked to my bank account directly, so
Yes.
even if I get a new card,
Yeah.
does that have to
Yes,
change?
exactly.
Mm-hmm. I am almost tempted to stop my subscription for the next charge cycle just so that, because they say that things are going to change. I'm scared my bank's going to be like, hold up, I don't like this charge. We're charging back.
Well, then you'll be free.
I'll be free. It's true. It'll be very difficult for this channel to survive if
Oh,
I
yeah.
suddenly can't play the game.
There'll be a very sudden rebrand.
That was very surprising. Or we could just, interesting concept. If I stop here, my knowledge extends to this point, but no longer, and you guys just continue playing, and I just have to guess what's going on in the game.
Yeah,
That's an interesting podcast dynamic.
It's fucking stuck.
No,
Who wants that?
that'd be great.
We'll update you every week on what's happened in 14, as much as you don't know.
You have to fill in
Then
Grandpa.
what have you been doing in 14 will be good again, because
Yes.
Nikhil won't have to play.
Yeah.
I'll just make up shit. Okay, well, yeah.
So one of the main issues that this has brought up, it's brought back, well, this specifically is something that they're adding once April 23rd comes, and that is the reconfirmation of addresses, which is an issue because for some countries, their country was not available in the list of countries you could pick for addresses. So that may be problematic going forward. This also brought back the issue of the fact that you can't change your account's location after it's made. So you're not fucking moving. Too bad. If you've moved from Australia to America, fuck you. You'll forever be on a European account.
Yeah.
God,
That's true.
Why?
Yeah.
Like my friend, I gifted a copy of 14 of them. I didn't realize it was a British copy.
Oh.
And so now they've been having to pay in pounds for 6 months.
That's like
By the way, very good once Brexit started. They had a
That's
very
true.
cheap
So, yeah, lucrative.
They
actually.
bought so much sometime.
Okay, well, there you go. So if you get a scary email from Square Enix telling you about please update your address, that's not a scam. Maybe I shouldn't say that because maybe scammers are watching this and are like,
if you get an email saying update your address, go via this official Square Enix website.
Do your due diligence.
Yes.
When reading any email that you supposedly received from Square Enix.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, so there's that. Moving on then to the 7-inch vinyl single, which is now available for pre-order. We are delighted to announce that the 7-inch vinyl single of Dawn Trail's main theme is now available for pre-order. The record includes 2 tracks, Open Sky, the theme for Dawn Trail, an edited version of the Dawn Trail theme song, and Dawn Trail, the version featured in the full Dawn Trail trailer. The tracks feature guest vocals from Amanda Aiken and compositions by 14's very own The Primals. Additionally, the album jacket features a brand new illustration from the Final Fantasy XIV art team. Enjoy the rich, warm sound of a vinyl record and let the gorgeous jacket illustration sweep you away to shores unknown as you prepare for your next adventure.
What an absurd thing to say.
Yeah.
This one's a little bit rich for my blood.
5th of June is when that becomes available. So,
A 2-track vinyl.
but you also get an MP3. You get a code to download them in MP3 format. So.
Yeah. Put that on
Thank
iTunes.
God it doesn't have anything.
iTunes. Can't wait to update my iTunes
Where
library,
do you redeem
guys.
music now?
I don't fucking
where-
know. Do you just
where'd
like
you redeem-
do you just like download it so it gets like in your download folder and you open it in like VLC? Like how do you fucking how do you do this?
Well, yeah.
Weird.
Sorry, don't buy music around here. I don't know what this is like, man.
I mean,
Yes.
can you add music to Spotify? Can you add like local
Yeah.
files?
Yes, you
Yeah.
can. You
Oh,
can.
okay. Well, there you go. That's something, I guess. There was a music
The
video.
other thing about this,
Yeah.
yes, that's what I was going to bring up.
Yeah, there was also a music video that is definitely worth watching because that shit's crazy. I love Koji Fox. You know, I love what he does in this. He's just watch the music video. You know, it's so good. And we're gonna use if you're watching this on YouTube. That's where that's from. I'm just saying, you know, I don't even know what the thumbnail's going to look like, but that's where that's from. Yeah, that's on the it's on the 14 channel or is
It's on the official
yeah.
14 channel.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And the vinyl's available to pre-order, £20.
Who was that
£20.
kid? They just found some kid to do that.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I did.
That was Final Fantasy 14 boy.
Well, it's Mr. I mean, it's Little Final Fantasy. That's what they
Little
call
Final
him.
Fantasy, yeah.
Yeah. I also love this. I love that it says you get a download code for the MP3 format, and then in red asterisk, the download code allows for playback of the songs without a record player. Thanks.
Oh,
Thanks.
Thank you.
thanks.
Okay, I'll say this:
That's
if you're gonna charge this much for this kind of stuff, give them a flack.
Yeah.
that's fair.
I'm of the mind if you're paying a premium for something like this, give them the high quality stuff. Give them lossless.
Yeah,
please.
it is strange
If
that it's
they want-
MP3.
If they want flack roller, they need to get one of those record player converters like my father has for converting all of his records from
Oh God.
60s and 70s to high quality
yeah.
audio.
Yeah.
I'm sure that transfer is amazing, Georgi.
Yeah.
I've never listened to them, so I'll just take his word for it.
The FLAC is for the digital deluxe mega edition, which is only another £400 for. Like,
Well, I mean, no. This is only $20.
yeah,
Let's be
fairly
real, it's
cheap
not
for a
that bad.
vinyl
No,
record.
£20.
Oh, sorry, it's
£20 is
20
not
quid.
£20.
20 quid.
It's a 2-track vinyl of the same song.
It's a collector's item.
Yeah.
It's a collector's
You're
item.
buying
It's
it
a
for the
collector's
sleeve.
item.
You're buying
It's
it for
literally
the.
for the sleeve and for the prestige of owning this.
I mean,
random
how much
vinyl.
were the acrylic figures?
Well, exactly. That's a good point.
Yeah.
All the same.
This you mean like
Don't
this?
show it.
Yeah. How much was that, Georgi?
I genuinely don't remember. I want to say around probably the same price as the
I think
record. Maybe a
they were
bit more
around
expensive.
$20, $25 maybe.
Yeah.
Acrylic
Well, their
figures
price-
attached is
their
around
price-
like £13.
I rest my case.
Their price varies based on their size.
Yeah.
Tataru and Kryl are cheaper.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then Estinian and Vnar and Xenos, I think, are more expensive.
So I have to say, for once, I'm okay with the price of this. Vinyls are when you buy vinyls, you're a vinyl guy, right? You have
Yeah.
that's your
This
thing.
is a pretty cheap vinyl.
Yeah.
record.
Yeah, I'll say that for a 20-inch like fancy, I mean, I would say somewhat like fancy collector's item, $20 isn't bad.
Right.
Yeah.
Again,
no,
with the MP3 though,
I wish it was
Yeah.
flag. It should be flag. Yeah.
It'd be better, but like it's a pretty cheap vinyl. I'm sad because it's just a 2-song vinyl. It's not that. You know.
Well, yeah, it's just a.
It's the same price as some upcoming Final Fantasy pouches that they're selling. So, that's the state of the Square Enix merch store right
man, if there's one thing we're just like the biggest haters on is merchandise
Yeah.
in this game.
Yeah.
now. The same price as a polyester pouch. So
It is
Pretty
the thing. we always come back to like, yeah, this kind of sucks.
It does
When
kinda
are
suck.
we, no, but when is there going to be a nostalgia for cassette tapes, please?
They
There
are
is.
back. It is
I
already
love
back.
cassette tape.
I'm waiting for that
Yeah.
to hit Square Enix as well. Where is the
If
Dawn
you look
Trail
on,
cassette?
If you look on like very hipster like game soundtrack places, you'll get a lot of vinyl and now a lot of cassettes.
A lot of
for,
indie
like,
artists
You've got like the
as well
Stardew
use-
Valley cassette.
Yeah,
I-
Look at like
th-
the Yeti
okay.
and stuff.
yeah.
A lot of times, Bandcamp, where you post your indie music, you can buy like cassette versions, which I've done a couple times actually. And cassette players are so cheap is a nice thing too, compared to like a record player, which is a more complicated, expensive setup.
That's true.
Yeah.
You-
That's true.
Even a cheap cassette player is like okay enough.
But yeah, well, if you get a cheap cassette
mean,
player,
what's-
you get the hiss though, don't you? You get the
Yeah,
I
I was
like
I was
the
going to
head.
say, how does the audio quality of a cassette compare?
well, if you have a good cassette deck, like a real, like a proper one, they have like
Yeah. You
systems
gotta have like the
that
Dolby.
yeah,
thing,
yeah.
I think it's
yeah,
called.
Yeah, you don't
That's the
hear
thing
it.
that really makes it sound nice. If you don't have that,
Yeah.
which the cheaper ones usually don't, it'll sound like shit.
Yeah, yeah. Anyways, hipster hour here. 7 inch
Yeah, I
vinyl,
see them coming
20 bucks, 20 pounds.
Cassettes are dying. I would assume. they're
Cassettes
dying.
are dying. May Lamat
I
endorse
like how
Cassettes
2024.
were dead.
Apparently they're not.
Is that 2024?
Mini discs have died. There's no nostalgia for mini discs yet.
Yeah, it's fucking who even
Mini
no
disc was-
Europeans bought
Yeah, well, it's funny. We use we're on a tangent now. We'll wrap this up, but minidisc was used for media production and still is in Europe. It was the standard for a lot of like audio recordings because it's just tiny little disc. It could hold quite a lot. Audio, like you could hold like 40 hours of
Yeah.
audio on a
They're
minidisc.
not
So,
bad.
but it was a
And they were
stupid
some
format.
such beautiful little, like, colourful
They looked like
cases for them. They were nice.
diskettes, but they like
Yeah, they were lovely.
yeah, weird.
Good times, eh?
There were the 2 years we had minidisc
Yeah.
they were the best
What
of
a-
times.
Yeah.
All right,
So good, guys.
moving on. The 10th anniversary 14-hour broadcast. They have released the information. They have released the information, the schedule. We also have the guest details. We have everything. It's all here. It starts on the 13th of April, Saturday. That is going to be a long day for us. This for me. This is a Saturday podcast day was what I was meant to say. So we're gonna cover this. Well, specifically the live letter. We're not going to cover
Yeah,
the
the live
14-hour
letter.
broadcast. that wouldn't work.
And then 13 hours later, we'll do the podcast.
If
yeah.
anything particularly noteworthy comes out of the 14-hour broadcast, we'll probably cover it, but not live.
No.
We'll cover it in the podcast.
Yes. So it all kicks off on the 13th of April at 3 a.m. GMT, 4 a.m. BST. That's 5 a.m. Central European Time, 1 p.m. Australian Eastern Time, 11
Midnight Eastern.
Yes, around midnight Eastern. Yeah. Starting on YouTube, the first half starts. Okay. So main broadcast, YouTube
That's what-
Live, starts at 10 a.m. GMT. Do you see that? What is this discrepancy in times on the main broadcast?
Oh, yeah. First half and second half.
Is it recorded with a delay, or
First half from beginning. Oh, from beginning to 10 GMT.
oh, sorry, yes, from beginning to 10. Oh, I see.
Awkwardly worded.
Yeah. Okay.
Yes.
And then you have to go to a different channel for the second half, is what it's trying to say here, because that's impeccable.
Why? Why?
No, Nikhil, please don't.
Maybe
You don't.
it might
You
have
don't
some.
question.
It might have something to do with copyright, or I don't know.
Right.
No, it's because YouTube doesn't allow. It does, like, YouTube has limits to how long you can stream before you start losing features, which is crazy. I think chat cannot be stored after like 6 hours or like something like that. I think like it removes that.
Okay.
Yeah, lot of weird shit. YouTube is not a great streaming platform.
Strange streaming platform. Yeah.
Yeah. So that's probably why they've done that. It's also, you can watch it in its entirety without having to switch on Nico Nico Live and Twitch. There's also a secondary broadcast for YouTube Live. I guess that's where you can watch the full thing, or no? That's for
No,
the Mahjong
That's
thing.
for the.
But yes.
Yeah.
No, it's not Mahjong this time.
Oh, what is it? Oh, we'll get to it.
Oh well, you'll get
Yeah,
there.
we'll get to it.
Don't-
I have missed that part. All right. So they also have this like very nice check mark to show that you can co-stream.
Yeah.
You can essentially co-stream. You can
whole
co-stream everything. So I don't really know why they're there. They could have just had like a whole like at the top. You can
Yeah,
co-stream
right.
everything.
It might be just something they're trying to introduce because I've never seen it before.
There was a lot of
No.
confusion a while ago, a couple of years ago, if you remember that.
Yeah.
As to whether you could. I mean, you've always could. I don't think there's ever a time you couldn't. But
no,
As a
I
live
think-
letter,
to
we
be
couldn't for
clear,
some
then-
reason.
Oh, yeah, that's right. Yeah. I don't like that when they start doing that, but okay. So, yeah, introduction starts at 3. This is all in. For whatever reason, the schedule on the European website, Lodestone, is in GMT, which currently is only observed by Iceland.
Yeah. So this is for you, Icelanders.
I don't know why, but here we are. So I'm going to just skip 1 hour ahead for all of these. So 4 a.m., that's BST now. Introduction for an hour until 5 a.m. when we start with Letter from the Producer Live part 80?
50, 70, 80.
Yeah,
It's just 80.
yeah.
Triple XA.
Yeah. So that goes on until 7:30, it looks like. So hefty live
2.5
letter, I
hours.
guess. 2.5 hours. And then at 8 a.m. we have Show Us Your IRL Minions, which what is that a pet show or
Well, once we get through this, you can read the
Oh,
little descriptions
right.
and you'll find out exactly what they
but
are.
that is an ominous title.
Sounds like it though.
Yeah, from 9:30 to 11, the Primal's 10th anniversary, looking forward and back. Nice, funny.
Oh.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. 11:30 to 2 p.m. A stroll with Yoshi P, classic. And then from 3 p.m. till 6 p.m. developers roundtable discussion.
An hour-long break. They take longer breaks than we do.
Yeah.
They
They're
do.
slacking.
Yeah, but Yoshi has to
Lazy.
play a game for 2 hours without a cigarette break.
Yeah. Oh shit! No, this is
Yeah.
exciting for the secondary broadcast. Let's give the Final Fantasy XIV tabletop RPG a go.
Yeah. That one is very exciting.
That is very exciting. Okay, well,
So we'll not be covering the live letter.
we'll exclusively be covering that. Okay, so here we go. Here's what's happening for the introduction at 4 a.m. The cast members kick off the show with opening remarks and a rundown of the broadcast. Classic, top of the show.
That's when Foxland will reveal what kind of terrifying visage he's put on for this 14-hour stream.
Oh, what will it be? Like, what do we have?
What was the end walker? It's like
Well, he's already done Loporits.
He's done Loporits already, so
He's done.
A Matenga.
Oh, Matanga. That's
Oh,
good.
Matanga.
I hope so.
no, that's horrible.
Maybe he'll do a Void Send. He hasn't done Void Send, right?
Well, that's true. He hasn't done that.
No, but it's not really relevant.
It has to be
of
something.
course
It is.
It is relevant.
Yeah.
No, it is relevant.
It has
yeah.
to be super haunting, though. Like,
yeah, it's always got to be very scary.
Yeah. So that will be in the thumbnail next week for sure.
I can see him doing Rubicante.
That too. Yeah. Okay. So live letter part 80 at 5 a.m. We'll be covering that the latest information on the upcoming Dawn Trail expansion, as well as sharing some interesting Final Fantasy XIV related data for fun. Data. We love data.
I love fun.
Yeah,
I love data.
spreadsheets.
I love fun.
For fun, not for
I
anything
don't-
other
they
than
j-
fun.
They generally don't present that information in spreadsheets for this.
No.
It's normal. They normally have graphics when they do it in a live letter.
Are we gonna get 40 million registered accounts? Are we gonna see
That'd be
another
very
graph?
shocking.
Gorilla.
I'd be
What it will
super
be in
impressed if you got that high that quickly.
And each Loporrit will represent 100,000 players.
Right. Okay, and then Show Us Your IRL Minions, an adorable showcase featuring real-life minions. That's at 8 a.m. Real-life minions that bring joy to our Warriors of Light even outside of 14. Yeah, so it looks like pets and like anything. Like there's a picture of a cat and a fucking cactus with a cactuar arms and face on it. So that's cute. Presenters, yeah, that's Yoshida and Foxconn again. And then there's the Primal's 10th anniversary, looking forward and back at 9:30 a.m. Everyone's favorite 14 band will be looking back on the last 10 years of performing together. They might also have some important announcements in the second half of the segment.
Oh.
World tour.
Yes.
Expanding.
Yeah, that it can mean many things.
They're gonna pull like a 15 announcement.
Yeah.
Guys, we have exciting news.
Yeah.
The band's over.
And then we have a stroll with Yoshi P at 11:30, a lighthearted segment where the producer and director Naoki Yoshida will be joining our Warriors of Light in-game for some alliance raids, while our he's watching us. He's copying us.
I know. What's next? You watching the latest K?
While our developers share some behind-the-scenes stories about designing them. World information will be announced during the live stream. So.
I don't really like these.
What do you mean? The strolls with Yoshi P?
I don't like Yoshi P Sampo because you can tell he wants to play the game at that point. He gets immersed. So all the questions are pretty much ignored and barely like he'll get through 2 questions throughout the whole 2 hours.
I mean, he's doing alliance raids, Mailer. It's not as intense as some of the other
That's true.
has gone on in the past.
But
I know we can't handle it, but I think he can.
Yeah.
He
hasn't before.
There have been some Yoshi P Sampos in the past where, for example, they just had his character there, and then remember the time they had the characters stand in front of him, and then just when they were there, that's when they got to ask their question, and there was that sad Lalafell one time.
Oh yeah. I mean, you can play with the producer director. It's kind of it's cool.
That's cool.
He's doing
I mean, it's really I like the ones where it's on the the one that other time where it was on the European one and we all tried to get in. That was fun.
Yeah, which is essentially what's happening now as well. It was more,
but the actual the Q&A part of it's often.
Yeah, I agree with that. It's not the deepest Q&A.
But sometimes, very rarely, they give some interesting information, and it's like, oh.
Well, it is important to note here that this is not a Q&A one. This is where they're just going to shoot the shit.
That's true. They're just chatting.
With the developers, and the guests are quite interesting. It's Oda, Banri Oda, obviously lore master of 14. Nakagawa, lead battle content designer.
Okay.
I'm trying to visualize them. I feel like they've been before. Masaki Nakagawa, and then there's Arata Takahashi, lead level designer, and Yoshiki Takahashi. That's Takanashi. Fuck.
Yeah.
So similar names. So that's lead level designer and lead background artist.
I'm curious to hear about how they went about designing the alliance raids for Endwalker. I think they're some of the best designed locations for Endwalker.
Yeah.
Also interesting considering we're going to rank them tomorrow. Probably interesting. Oh no, you have to again if this is your first time, there's a lot of new players around. I don't know if you're necessarily watching this show, but audio is going to be in Japanese only. So you're going to have to go to the subreddit or something where there's a live translation. Yeah. I don't know if they are live translating all of this, but hopefully I think they will be here for that one. Surely.
Yeah, probably. They always do the live letter, and they do try and translate everything, but sometimes they say we'll come back to this one later. So they'll translate it later so you can go back and rewatch it when they're done.
The live letter you can safely watch with us because we will be following the live translation. So. Yeah. Developers roundtable discussion at 3 p.m. to 6 p.m. We'll be wrapping up the broadcast with a chat between various members of our development team. What fascinating new insights might our developers share about their work behind the scenes? There's no list. Oh no, there is no list of the people that are going to be there. But
no, it's very long.
It is very long.
3 hours.
It's 3 hours long. So it's hefty. And then The secondary broadcast. Let's give the Final Fantasy XIV tabletop RPG a go. Our development and operations teams will be playing the Final Fantasy XIV tabletop RPG ahead of its release in May. Join us for an unpredictable adventure in the tabletop world of 14, where the outcome of every action is determined by a roll of the dice. Now, I wish Yoshi P was part of this, but I know he can't because obviously he's on stage. But so the people, obviously the people that are on the panels can't be here. So these are people that we may not be that familiar with. Lead item designer Yosuke Hayashi. Maybe, I feel like that's a name I've heard before. Shinya Ichida, art team lead.
I feel like we've met them before.
Yeah. Shuichi Matsuzawa. Let me butcher some names again. That's what I do. Matsuzawa, lead project manager. Katsuyoshi Mochizuki, community manager.
Yeah.
Ryoji Takeda, community planner, and Keisuke Ito. Community planner. Shout out.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think we're likely to know members of the Japanese community team. So the last three, if we've ever met, but the other three we might have seen in previous streams.
Yeah.
Well,
live
I think the interesting part is just the game and the mechanics of that. I wonder, did they say if they're going to have the designers on there too with them, or is it just we're having staff play them? Like,
I mean, I would assume these are the only people there. Otherwise, they would have mentioned it. Someone in chat said earlier that they were going to attempt to translate the RPG section. Was that? I don't know if that was the Discord or if it was.
They haven't decided because they don't have any knowledge of the game at all.
Right.
So they're going to see. They said we can consider giving it a try.
Okay. Yeah, there you go.
Exciting though. The game's coming out soon.
Yes.
It looks good.
Away.
I mean, there's a level of scariness that the playthrough of it on their stream is going to last 12 hours. So it's a long game, obviously, but
just be missing the entire time. Nothing will get done.
Yeah. So yeah, there you go. 12 hours. Sorry, 14-hour stream.
Broadcast. Yeah.
Gonna
be good.
Be good. It's
at least it's a live letter. That's always the one.
The live letter is the big draw here.
Yeah.
So it's long. So hopefully we'll get, and it's going to be about Dawn Trail. What do we expect? So we expect trailer. Oh, sorry, job actions. No, sorry. No. I'm saying the wrong words.
That's May.
Benchmark trailer is what I'm thinking about.
Yes, I think that's what we're going to get.
Benchmark and graphics update, live demonstration.
Live demonstration of the graphics update.
Other than that, I don't know. There's a lot of things that they've actually gone into, like
maybe they'll talk about
series and stuff. They haven't talked about them.
Right.
Cosmic exploration. They're going to do a new Eureka thing, but they've not talked really at all about that.
11.
The limited job.
Yeah.
Limited job, Beastmaster. They did say they were going to talk. That's true. That might be something.
We need to see how it plays.
Well, we need to at least know what it is. You know.
Yeah.
Like every Final Fantasy game, a Beastmaster was something entirely different, and of course, it's not going to be the same in 14, even if it's something related to them.
Right.
And because it's a limited job, makes it even. It gives it the chance to be even weirder, which is good.
It's an exciting chance.
Yeah.
Yeah. I know everyone wanted to just be Pokemon in 14. It's not going to be that deep, I think. But I hope it'll be similar. But, that's what Beastmaster... you want to collect the beasts.
It's either Pokemon or WoW Hunter. Like, they're two good options for doing a beast training class.
Yeah. Yeah, we know it won't be until later in the expansion, but they might start trickling some information about it because they've done
some information.
We have only the name essentially, so we'll see. I mean, they have the 2.5 hours, unless they're gonna pad the hell out of the benchmark segment. I don't really see what else they have to
Well,
and the graphics
I'm expecting about an hour and a half on information, maybe up to 2 hours on information, like stuff we want to see, and then
merch.
And between an hour and half an hour on the fun data.
Oh, right. They did talk about fun data. You're right.
Oh god, not an hour of fun data. Well, there's merch as well, Georgi.
Yeah, there's merch as well.
Yeah. So
half an hour of news. Half an hour of news. Yeah, and then the rest is data and merch. Okay, 2 hours of data and merch. Now we'll see. Exciting. Okay. Let's see what you've been asking us in MogMail. Here we go. This is from Gizmo Gear Changer from Famfrit. Hello, speakers. I've had this thought for a while now, and I wanted to share. I'm listening to episode 393 right now, where you guys discussed Trust NPC plot armor, and I wanted to bring up Lamat. She seems to be a warrior, right? What if whatever secret she's not telling is about her warrior inner beast? For those less versed in warrior lore, your inner beast is essentially unchecked emotions that, if not acknowledged and dealt with, will cause you to rampage and lose all control, like our friend Curious Gorge. Or as I like to say, Curious Gorgeous. What scene with Lamat sticks out to me is her trying to keep her cool when we first see the big scary oh god. 14 has ruined the word for me because he said it weirdly in the dungeon.
He did. He said colibri.
Colibri. And she goes, I'm not scared, or something to that effect. What if she has some unchecked emotions, potentially insecurities, about her ability to actually be a ruler of Tural, and that causes her to lash and lose control? We also see her use some abilities that are tied to the inner beast, particularly Onslaught, and whatever her new cool spinny move is. Her being an actual tank warrior would also help with the Thancred/Graha always needing to be there for a dungeon issue. The first word that popped into my head during discussions of 6.55 concerning Lamat was fraud, which, while harsh, I think she's definitely faking her competence and has some emotional turmoil we'll see her work through in Dawntrail. What do you guys think? Do you think she'll stay our ally the whole time? Do you think she has the capacity to double-cross us and actually be a villain? Or do you think she'll just hit a rough patch we help her work through? She's definitely a character I have my eye on the most going into Dawntrail. Thanks for your time and all the great content, speakers. Gimo. Well, thank you. There is definitely something weird about her. It's true, though. That's interesting, because if she is using inner beast skills, that does mean she is a warrior.
Yeah, I mean, the weapon.
Mm-hmm.
It's not a bad way of, like, adding to the warrior lore. I mean, I think a lot of it comes from her relative youth. I think she has some kind of like and maybe like a little bit of overconfidence issues. Maybe she's like or not overconfident, but she's like trying to push an overconfident attitude to cover her insecurities and be a little bit goofy.
Yeah.
I could never see her becoming a villain in like, what I know about her
not
so far,
intentionally.
but that would be interesting.
It gives me the same vibes as the Crystal X arc, where he was always very like, ooh, I'm a little sneaky, but I'm like a goofball.
Yeah,
you know, where it's
Gra-
like you got something going on, but it's not that nefarious.
Yeah.
I don't know if Graha was the X arc was ever portrayed as a goofball, but the X arc always presented as if he was like he was smarter than he wanted to appear that he was, whereas I don't think there's any of that really with Lamat.
No, she's very.
No. She's trying.
A little bit Yuffie like. And like
Yuffie
she's
or
really
Yuffie?
Yuffie. Like she shows off a lot, and you know, she's putting on a pretty big front.
Right.
But I think behind that, it's clear that this character.
Well, there's something's going on.
They want it to be, and
yeah.
you know, it's probably, at least it came across to me in the patches. She's just not very confident in her abilities, or.
But that isn't
her rights to the throne.
It's an interesting character trait that I definitely think we're gonna see more 100%. Of in Dawntrail.
Yeah, I think we're definitely going to help her get over her confidence issues. I'd be surprised if we don't. I feel as if I can't imagine her being dishonest like outside of like trying to want to appear like more brave than she is, because like there was already the issue of her like, I think what she said about her relationship to Erenville was more accurate than what Erenville said, and that was maybe a mistake on her part to even admit that.
True. Yeah.
I think tying it to the warrior abilities is an interesting point to make, though.
Yeah.
I feel like that'd be a little disappointing though if it just ends up being, well, she's like a warrior, but like just Toral version of warrior, you know, like it's the same source kind of, or they're related. Which like I would rather them just, you know, like how in the first they'll use similar skills because it's, you know, the same game. they have to reuse some stuff. Where it's just, you know, they got their own thing going on. I think that'd be more interesting.
Yeah, I don't think I would be surprised if they're going to tie warrior lore into this. I think there's just something else going on inside her that we'll learn
It'd be
later.
for us to just like go and sort it out at the waterfall with Curious Gorgeous.
Oh, Curious Gorgeous! And finally, your MSQ debut. Here we go.
Yeah, finally.
But yeah, Lamat is helpful in terms of being a tank.
I think she'll be
assuming that's what she is.
DPS potentially. Like as a
really? I don't know if she needs to be.
She doesn't need to be, maybe, but.
I think we have enough people going with us.
If you're a tank, like you might want to bring her.
That's true. That's fair.
She is a tank because, and here's the bombshell: in the first quest for Dawn Trail, Thancred dies.
Oh.
There it is. He's finally got an out. No, I'm not going to put that into the world. I'm sorry. I didn't mean that.
I also don't think that like her being a tank was like. I don't think it's much of an issue as what it was in Shadowbringers as to what role everyone is, because I mean we've already had what's his name, Varshan, acting as our backup tank anyway. So like I think that they're more able to include different characters now than they were. Like back at the start of Shadowbringers, the reason it was more of an issue was the fact that like they talked about how much of an issue it was to make like all these different trust AIs. I think they're getting better at what's the word? Streamlining it.
Yeah.
I do wish they'd do more, like multi-class character, like not just because there's the does everything, and then there's the individual role, and I'd like more tank DPS or DPS healer mixes. Like Alphano could easily do DPS or healer.
Yeah.
I think it'd be because if I go in as a tank. And Lamat is only a tank, I'll probably switch to doing it as a DPS because she's I feel like she's one of the main characters in this storyline.
Yeah.
And it's weird to not go around with her. So I think more hybrid classes is a good move if they go for that.
Yeah, I agree. Makes it easier for them as well, like to set up trusts, I guess. But okay. Yeah, that's that. I mean, I like Lamat. I know there's the community is kind of split on Lamat, but I'm excited to see where her story goes. Yeah.
More like woke Lamat.
Got him. All right. That's all we have time for MogMail. We have to get.
Is it?
Yeah, we're already it's half past already. Final Fantasy XVI event has happened.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
What the dog doing?
What the dog doing indeed. This is an event that
it was.
Yeah, and
it was.
I will say already, I'll start off with saying it's it's short, but I think it feels it feels shorter because you want more. You know, it's quite good for what it is, but we'll get through it. But all right. So, story. Let's go through. So, spoilers for the Final Fantasy XVI crossover event starting right now. So we start off in Ul'dah. There's a dude. I'm sure we've met him before. Have we met him? No, he says, "Are you?" No, he doesn't know who we are. I know you get the.
He doesn't know who we are, and in fact, you can say
prompt.
no, and he say, "Oh."
Yeah, he is like, "Oh yeah, I tried that, of course."
You do look like them, though.
Yeah. I just love that it says, "Are you?" and then your character's name. It's like, okay.
Yeah.
I'm not.
Yeah. I took a screenshot.
My mind is slipping, but I'm not that far gone yet. there's been a sighting of something in the sky. 2 streaks.
No, there has not been a sighting in the sky.
No, the wandering minstrel comes on.
Oh, the wandering min. Oh, sorry, I'm skipping ahead in the
He's
story.
had a dream.
He had a dream
he's
about
like-
the fucking
He went to the
streaks in the
Easter
sky.
event too early.
Yes.
And he saw Jimmy Aliopo. and
He had an
thought,
Aliopo
"Yeah, I had a dream
moment."
too.
Sorry, what did the dude at the beginning say? He was so nothing that I don't
He
remember what
wasn't
he said.
No,
nothing.
he was nothing. He was only hired by the minstrel to. He has no
Yeah.
purpose in the story.
He's completely irrelevant. The minstrel should have been there. Let's be honest.
Yes.
He had no name.
Okay.
He was enough. He was just an unnamed adventurer.
The only thing I remember is, are you Lukeil Bravestone? Yes, no. Okay, so we meet with the minstrel, and he's had some of whatever Gilly Aliopo has every Easter, and had a vision or a dream, and he saw these 2 streaks, whatever he called it, in the sky, stars in the
Called
sky.
them
One
stars.
white, one
White,
scarlet.
one scarlet.
Which he comes to a
Scarlet
conclusion
Witch.
I wouldn't have I wouldn't have came up with based on my understanding of what I would have thought of Dalamud, but no, he doesn't.
No, he's
Yeah,
over that.
right.
He's over that.
Very interesting perspective or conclusion you came to on that one.
Yeah.
You know, not
I
judging.
immediately thought it was a traveler from another world.
And he's like, so where could it have, like, where is it? Where did it land? It must be somewhere hot, somewhere burning. And you get like, and he's like, where do you think that could be? And you get 3 options.
I got it right first try.
Where
I
you
knew
fought
it.
Ifrit, Burning
Yeah.
Wall, or
Burn-
somewhere
Bowl
with
of Embers.
Bowl of Embers.
Somewhere with big crystals.
Yeah. Big
So
crystals.
I knew what the correct answer was as well, but I didn't want to pick it because I wanted it to be one of those times where you can pick every option.
Yeah.
Annoyingly, so the only one that he'll ask you to ask again if you pick Bowl of Embers.
Oh,
If you
really?
pick the bottom, yes. If you pick the bottom one where you say big crystals, he's like, yes, I know somewhere that has big crystals. The Burning Wall.
Oh no! So you're just like an idiot,
don't-
canonically. That's sad.
The
I don't know
fucking
if I like that way of doing it, but that's
the
funny.
one intelligence answer.
Yeah.
Yeah. Gage was fully locked behind that.
Yeah. So he's like, okay, cool. We need to go there and see what's there. So that's what we do. We walk to the Burning Wall, and I have to say, I love the Burning Wall. Like,
Oh yeah, it's
No.
very
Well,
nostalgic.
you travel however you wish, and you get to the Burning Wall. That's one of my favorite areas in Thailand because it's so weird. Like, it's so like very like, we don't have a lot of like Dalamud damage that you can walk through like that.
Yeah.
The Burning Wall is like, that's the place, and it's so well, it has been used in a lot of quests over the years, but it's been a long time since we've been there.
Black
not-
Mage
it
Quest.
Yeah,
It doesn't come up very much in the MSQ though, despite
No.
the fact that it's so like notable in terms of its aesthetic.
true.
And I like how high level it is. So when you were a low level player, you never had a chance to get close.
Yes.
And you were like, oh, that's so
Mm.
cool.
Yeah.
It was definitely a standout area
Mhm.
before the expansions came out because it was just the verticality of it was always
Yeah.
like super
Mm.
unique.
Yeah.
There was like lots of layers to it, which was cool.
And it had all the scary like mirror knights, like the
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's
speaking of
awesome.
the high level enemies, this would have been a great quest to do if you are fresh 50, because that's what you need to be to do it. We should
Yeah.
talk about that. You would need to have completed the 2.0 MSQ to do this quest line, which is higher than most events. It's the same as
True.
the 15 event.
Yes. Yeah.
Not as bad as the Monster Hunter one though.
No,
It's a
yeah.
that's true.
Stormblood.
Oh yeah. God, yeah.
Hey guys, Monster Hunters, you watch out 14, the crossover. Play like 120 hours in this game.
Yeah, so we walk there, or you get there, however you wish, and we find a man on the ground, very very clearly. Much
he asks you
higher
to use
definition.
your spyglass.
Oh yeah, sorry, yeah. There's a
Yeah.
little mini game where you have to locate
Remember that
them.
from
Some
Stormblood?
Stormblood. Yeah.
Well, I was looking around for either a shoe bill or an,
Okay.
and it was quite
Georgi,
difficult.
Georgi,
Georgi,
Georgi's been
with peace and
Xbox.
love,
Oh,
you
what?
are having cutting out extremely much today. I'm so sorry.
What was that?
Okay.
You have to start that again.
What I said was that I wanted to look for an adventurous Ambostoma or a Shoebill, and I found
Right.
neither. And I was disappointed.
Yeah.
I scrolled around. I was expecting like a couple things to click on just for flavor, but
Yeah.
no.
Was that
No.
bitch hard to find for you guys? I spent like a
That
solid.
bitch hard to find.
Because one, I didn't know what to look for. You know, it was just like, oh, look for the thing.
Yeah.
And I was like, okay, so like I was looking on the top a lot, and then that other little bridge part, and I'm like, there's fucking nothing here.
I found him almost immediately by accident, Rollo, and I'm sure I would have spent
Yeah, I
forever.
kind of like zoomed in close.
I was
to
just
him,
like
and then
randomly zooming in. I'm like, oh, there he is. It's just there. But he
Yeah.
like blends
I
in
had to-
really well with the ground.
Yeah, I had to zoom in and like literally go like across every line. What the fuck? Where is he?
Yeah. So we find him, and that's when it's very clear that he is a very high definition character compared to everyone else in
Wow.
Eorzea.
You are
So
HD
lovingly
man
crafted.
and an SD land.
Yes.
Not his tattoo though.
Not his tattoo,
No.
but
They
No,
kept that
He
blurry.
ends that.
yeah. It was still quite smooth though, but it was low res.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Oh, yeah, the zoom in on the floor as he wakes up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
From a high poly world, man, it's different out here.
yeah, we get like a little taste of the graphical update, I guess. But although
Slight.
he looks high res, I don't think they have the textures and stuff fully in the
No,
game
no,
yet.
no.
So the gear and stuff, although looking high res, we have had high res characters in the game before. It's just that the textures are higher res, but they're not using the material, the shaders yet.
We did make fun of his tattoo. It still looks much better than the tattoos we have.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Oh yeah,
Like I said, like
the chocobo one. Like, oh,
yeah, it looks like it's
Disgusting.
smoothed out because in 14 normally when it's low res you see the pixels. The pixels are smoothed out on Clive, but it is
so crunchy.
yeah. So he gets up and he has clearly got amnesia, not remembering anything really. He remembers going to the ruins, which should have. If you've played 16, you know now when this happened. Without, I'm not going to spoil 16 for those that
Nothing.
haven't played it, like Rollo. But there is a moment in the game where you go to a place.
You're not going to spoil 16, but this event sure did.
This,
Yeah,
yeah,
boy, did I get spoiled on stuff.
That's
I
true.
probably would have
Really?
preferred to just see in game. I know
That's
it's early,
true.
but
That's true. There is a moment in the game where you go to some ruins, and the game actually something happens in the game, which makes this make sense a little bit. There's a little bit of sense. into this.
Justifies why he's here.
Yes.
Yeah.
So he's like, oh, I don't know where I am, and we obviously assume that he might just, he might still be from here, but he's just
Yeah, he's just
forgotten
gone-
where,
On a good
something's
match.
happened. He's got amnesia. So we're like, okay, let's bring you to.
Oh yeah,
From
if you're a healer,
Yeah.
if you're a healer for this quest, I assume you got this prompt. You get to heal him when you're attempting to rouse him.
Really? Could
aroused.
Yeah, you do.
Oh
Maybe
yeah.
you weren't on.
You put
No.
out your hand to heal him.
Oh yeah, you're right. Do I?
No.
Do I?
Which you don't.
Did I?
Which you don't. Yeah, you do. You don't do that if you do this non-healer job.
Yeah, I didn't.
Oh, yeah.
Oh my
read
god,
that
did I
though,
play
but-
this on a different job? Now I don't remember if I did that.
Possibly.
Oh no. No, I did. No, I remember now. No, it was just a very, very short
Also, people in chat. I said rouse, not arouse.
arouse him.
I'm sorry. He's so hot. It just brings it out of you.
Yeah.
Such a handsome man.
Yeah, so he gets so we're like, okay, we'll have to take you to where is it again? Frontisserie in Ul'dah.
History.
The rotisserie chicken. Yeah.
To the rotisserie chicken in Ul'dah.
Yeah.
And we're trying to figure out where he's from. Like we're trying
What's going on?
and he has no memory of anything here. Nothing rings a bell.
Ul'dah doesn't look familiar. And I was expecting him to say, "This looks a lot like place in 16."
Yeah.
But he didn't.
He did not say that. And I will say this is okay, we'll get to it. Actually, we'll get to it. So
Have you been to place in 16 at this point?
No,
though?
I don't think so.
he has.
Clive knows about it.
He knows
within
about
the
it. It's from
world.
his world.
He's a prince.
He's a duke.
He
Technically,
knows everything. He would know the continent. They must know the cities on the continent. He would know, even if he'd not been there.
How well
Maybe he went
traveled
as a
people?
child.
I don't
They're
think he did.
royals.
the royals. They get
Oh, I
royal
don't-
education. They would know about the world.
They would have seen like pictures of it probably. or
Surely.
something.
I mean,
Yeah,
whatever.
I
It
just
doesn't matter.
imagine- yeah.
He didn't acknowledge it. There's other things that I wish he acknowledged that he did not.
Yeah.
I don't exactly remember the logic behind it, but we're like, we mentioned Gridania.
We say if you don't recognize Uldar, maybe we should try Gridania because we found you at the essentially at the border between the two regions.
Okay.
Yeah.
And so he's like, oh no,
So you
that
go
name
downstairs.
does not ring a bell. And then we go and we say we travel by airship, which of
Yes.
course.
All right.
Finally.
This thing makes no fucking sense to me. He just seems like a weirdo, you know? Where it's like having no context. Like, yeah, we're gonna get on the airship. He's like, airship? Like,
Yeah. Well,
I don't know why that makes me feel like. Okay.
yeah.
Oh, sure.
What?
I don't think it's
Well,
a
no, what he
spoiler.
says-
Well, he says that he doesn't know why that freaks him out so much because but he feels like weird when we say airship, and that's because
Yeah.
in
Like,
airships
I
just
don't-
aren't a thing in 16. They
I
just
mean,
aren't a thing.
Yeah.
So it's just
He's
that's it.
confused by the idea of
He's confused by the idea because airships don't exist in 16's world. Okay. So we were like, okay, let's go. There's like an option where you can dialogue option, I think, where you can ask if it's his first time on an airship, or I don't remember the other one.
It's either is this your first time or do they not have airships where you're from?
Yes,
Yeah,
right.
I
right.
said that one.
I mean, if you pick that one, that's when he says that he doesn't really know why he's being so weird about it. But so we travel to Gridania, and then we sort of take him on a tour to jog his memory to see if anything looks familiar to him.
Yeah, a little run around Gridania.
So the Carline canopy, he says looks familiar. Like there's something like he feels like he's been to a similar place before.
The only thing I can think of would be that town, the one that the creepy butcher man works at.
Yeah. I was thinking it also reminded him of the. Oh no, because we're so early. He wouldn't have known. Yeah, I get. Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, maybe.
That's the only one I can think of. I can't remember the name of the town.
Yeah. And then we go, and then I thought, okay, surely he's gonna have
where
a
Quentin-
massive. Huh? What, Mela?
Where Quentin lives, Lost Wing.
Lost.
Yeah, Lost Wing. Thank you. That's
Sure.
the one I was thinking it reminded him of.
It does look quite a bit like that.
Yeah. So we were heading towards the Aetheryte Plus, and I thought, okay, this is.
Well,
he's
first Chocobos.
Yeah. I was thinking,
Yeah,
oh,
he
he's
sees
there's gonna be
Chocobo.
he's gonna have a reaction to the thing. No, we go to the Chocobo because that's on the left. You can choose to go to the. I mean, you can do it in whatever order you want. He recognized a Chocobo. Is like, I think I might have a Chocobo. But
Yeah.
again, he trails off. Doesn't really
But
can't
it would
really
have
put it
said
together.
Chocobo, not that you can hear.
Oh yeah,
Oh, that's
Chocobos.
true.
Yeah, they say Chocobo.
And
in
you'd have
16.
punched him.
Don't
And
say it
then-
like that around here.
Then you go to the Aetheryte, and I thought, okay, this is. I mean, surely if anything is gonna like make him feel weird,
Yeah.
it's this. Very mild reaction. He's like, oh, a crystal. Surely it's not a mother crystal. ... No, too small for
Bit
that.
small.
Yeah.
But it's a massive crystal, and surely you understand what the crystals do, and you like.
Yeah. But hey,
No,
Are
man.
you
that's-
not?
Well,
I know
no,
it's early
this
on.
is-
Actually, no, that's true.
It is
It's
early on.
So early on. That's
He doesn't know.
This is before his mission involved crystals occurs. So
yeah.
Yeah, I honestly think that this event loses a heck of a lot from being so early in the 16 story. So I do hope
I kind of agree, but also they are doing it so that they don't spoil
Yeah.
the game. As
Yeah.
little spoilers as possible while still having some character, you know.
Yeah.
Okay, so we stand outside the Twin Adders command.
Yeah.
And I don't remember why we're
I like that you called it.
Hey.
I like that you call it command because that's what we call MogMail, but it's not called that.
It's called Twin Adder's
The
Nest.
God's Bow or something, isn't it?
Oh, is
No, the God's Bow is over at the Archer's Guild.
Oh, yeah.
Adder's Nest.
Is it just the
Adder's Nest. There you go.
Yeah.
That's what it's called.
Yeah, he has the commander talking about Garuda.
Yes.
Yes.
Whoa, I recognize that name from the other crossover with the guy who looks way lamer.
Yeah.
Yeah. Which Garuda, of course, being someone that Clive has already fought in the story up to this point. So he remembers the name. And so we inquire. He wants to learn more. And we're like, okay, we got something here. He's fought Garuda before. We've fought Garuda before. We're kind of epic. And so the commander's like, okay, well, if you have fought Garuda, you're a friend of ours, so we will aid you however we can. But you seem to have some sort of problem as you're ill, so maybe the Seed Seer might help you. So we go see.
An audience with the leader of the city.
Yeah, just that.
Yeah,
that's
that was
crazy.
that was
I mean,
quite
to
a
be
lot,
fair, we're next to him, so they,
I know.
we're
But come on, man.
The thing that made him realize that the Garudas aren't the same is like, well, yours is worshipped as a god, whereas my Garuda was just a human.
Yes, that's what he says when we meet with kind
I think your character gives him a little look too. He's like, what?
Yeah.
Are you good, bro?
See, this is something I like. I know that they didn't want people to have to do too much of 2.0 or A Realm Reborn. I think this quest would have benefited from being after Dreams of Ice. Because I think the way that Dominance Prime is similar to how Shiva is summoned by Azael.
Yeah, I agree. Yeah.
It's true.
That is weird, actually. Well, I guess so you don't have to do so much to get to the 16-bit, I guess. But, okay, yeah. So the Seed Seer tells him that she's a deity, and he's like, "That's not possible. That's not the one I fought." And so the Wandering Minstrel just comes and is like, "Hold on, I think he's not from around here."
I've done some research.
I've done some research. I've been jamming along on my harp, and I suddenly realized he's from possibly somewhere else. What did he say? Like, did he say
Another world?
Another world. Yes.
Whoa.
I can't remember who brings it up, but someone brings up Ifrit.
Yes.
It might have been Clive himself, and then Kanye-san is like, yes,
another
primal.
Yeah.
I think he remembers it a little bit, and he talks about a freak.
Yeah. And this is when it gets a little interesting, because Louis Soir gets name dropped in here.
I thought this was very interesting.
Yeah.
This was the best bit.
So he brings back the fucking Grand Company quest from 1.0 when Louis Soir was in charge of slaying the primals. So
and gathered everyone at Kalu Falls.
Yes, that's where you went.
The worst places to get to in Gridania.
True.
But one of the nicest parts of Gridania. It's near that.
It's nice, but I'd like an Ethernet shard.
It's near that funny triple triad man, Nose or whatever he's called.
Oh yeah, Nose, who all of his.
Oh, Nose, the sad man.
Yeah, Nose, the sad man.
Lost all his friends. He was so happy in 1.0.
Not anymore.
So the minstrel at this point says that they made a direct route from Apkalu Falls to fight Ifrit. How did that work?
He made like an ethereal something. I don't remember exactly. He tried.
Bearing in mind, we have to go to the beast tribes. We
have to actually go
that they
there.
have created themselves to get in,
or be kidnapped there, like in the level 20 quest.
I probably should have.
But Louis Soir was able to create an ethereal tunnel from Gridania directly.
He explained it in the game. There is some lore behind why that happened. Remember, Tupsimati is very powerful.
Yeah.
Remember, that's his weapon. He was just standing there with the Tupsimati, just, hey guys, got this fucking epic magic stick. Let me just open a fucking tear in the fabric of reality and send you to the Ifrit.
And he used to do it in a funny, he'd be like, Tupsimati, have a little portal.
He's like, let's do that. Let's go to Apkula Falls, and then we'll send you to Ifrit's place and see if that will jog your memory.
Yeah.
But we don't actually get sent there. He says he does it through song.
Yes.
It's
He's
within our
doing-
minds,
But
yeah.
This is weird because this provided way more context for how extremes and savages work.
Yeah.
To be honest.
Yeah.
'Cause
It's a
'cause,
hallucination.
Yeah.
Well, they've always
Yeah,
said it's something
like-
along those lines.
Yeah.
it's never
always
really
been.
concretely talked about. Whereas Clive is actually like, "What have you done?"
Yeah.
I think the difference here is that in extremes, we give him all the information, and then he's essentially making the extreme in his mind. We don't actually participate in it, but when we're doing an extreme, it's how we have done it within his mind. But this one, he's directly inducing a hallucination to us
Yes.
Yeah.
in real time, which
Yeah.
I don't think he does for the extremes. I think this is specifically for this. It's very odd.
Yeah. I like to think
It's a
that
horrible power.
that we're just high off our tits in Apkula Falls, like just
Yeah, we
fighting nothing, just air.
Yeah.
Okay, so yeah, we go in there into a bowl of embers, and our Ifrit is summoned, and the minstrel's like, "This is our Ifrit. It's probably not the same as yours." And he's like, "Not quite," and it transforms into the Ifrit from 16, makes our Ifrit look a little sad compared.
Yeah,
Oh,
he's-
if we
he's
look
so
at Final
HD.
Fantasy, like
Yeah.
7, 8, 1, it's fine.
Yeah,
I mean, our Ifrit is from 10 years. Like, it's from
Yeah.
1.0.
yeah.
So
Yeah.
You could tell it. You could
forgive it
tell.
a little bit.
You know, I
Yeah.
thought this model when they put in the 14, I thought it would have like the weird crust that like glowy
Yeah.
objects have sometimes.
Yeah.
There's like a lot of parts of it that are glowy, but
Mhm.
no, it looks just
I think it
just
looked.
really solid.
Yeah, it looked good.
Looks really good.
Yeah.
Yep.
Even like the hair on the back is like moving. It's like in the wind. It looks good.
I mean, I don't know if I ever brought this up. I think the hair, at least on the Ifrit that we fight, looks shit. I think it looks really
Well,
ugly.
it moved. That's all I cared about because I was thinking it was going to be
That's fair.
static
I
and
mean,
hard. You know?
I appreciate that. I just think it was always an ugly design choice.
Oh, that's fair. Yeah. So we start fighting it, and this is where
Well,
the fighting.
this is where Clive
yeah. go on.
has his sort of revelation. And he's like, this is who killed my brother.
Whoa!
Oh yeah, he says that. Yeah,
That's
and I thought
crazy.
that's interesting to drop in this
That's fine.
collaboration.
That was
but
in the
I mean,
demo.
it was also in
the demo that a lot of people can't play still.
Yeah, I mean, sure. I mean, I will say most people that really, really passionately wants to play this game has already played it. So
Exactly, yeah.
I think that's okay, but
If you don't want to be spoiled on 16,
don't play the crossover, I guess. But
why play the crossover of 16?
This,
Because it's limited
This
time
was-
only.
yeah,
Wow.
I mean, the fact that Ifrit killed Joshua was not the biggest spoiler.
That's
No,
true. There's more
it's-
spoilers to be released in this
It's the
crossover.
most basic earlier, like, it's a
Yeah.
shame, but
Yeah, there's
it's
what.
the
Yeah,
earliest spoiler that there is.
yeah. Okay, so the battle begins, and there's a new battle gimmick here, which I quite liked.
Two action commands.
Yeah, two action
Yeah.
commands leading into
I
a combo
was
if done
very
correctly.
scared going in
Oh yeah,
until I realized that they just did a little counter for you. Because I was thinking, with this engine,
No.
yeah,
no, I know
Melee,
you can do
use the
other
dodge
ones,
on
yeah,
every single mechanic.
Yes.
Even
do
the
know
ones
that.
without the countdown.
yeah, you can.
which is cool. I think that's really neat.
Yeah.
Although for a lot of them, I dodged them just because otherwise I would have literally just been pressing that button for the whole fight.
Yeah, yeah.
I wanted to move at some point, so
There's also that
But
little
yeah, that
text
was
that
very
you
cool.
get in 16 when you do like the dodge and the
precision
combo.
dodge, precision counter,
Yeah,
I feel like though
rising
in
flame.
the main game, it's a bit. You see more than like
a little
one
more.
every 30
Yeah,
seconds.
Yeah.
a little bit, a little
it's
flashier.
very bare and empty. Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
something though.
It's cute though. I like that it's there.
Yeah, it's
Uh,
a nice facsimile of.
Wait till
yeah.
you play it and you get
16 is
rewarded with like
probably
the 5-star
Yeah.
rainbow one, then you'll know what's good.
Yeah. Okay, so yeah, you fight it. Decent fight. It's not too hard. It's not too. I mean, it's not hard. It's not hard, but
I mean, I thought when I did it originally, I did it on NA, and I was like, ooh, my
Oh.
reaction is not as good as I was. And then I was like, okay, I'm definitely doing it. When I do it on my EU character, I'm definitely going to go to OCE. And I'm like, okay, good. My reaction time is not that of an old man. It's just the ping.
Yeah. Because there's a visual cue on screen for the ones that cover the whole arena that counts down to when you should press the button. But again, PSA, you can dodge everything if you time it right. So it's very, very nice. There's not much to say.
Was very good.
Yeah, it's good. It's got nails even at the end phase.
It has a small nail section. It has a moment when it's like, oh, it's not working well, and Clive does a big explosion.
Yeah,
that's cool.
Yeah,
you do the cute little block things where you mash spacebar or something.
Yeah.
Remember, you should definitely remember to use the first action command, the rising flame or rising. I can't remember exactly.
Rising,
because it does a decent amount of damage.
Yeah.
And if you don't use it, the fight will go on quite a bit longer.
Yes.
Is what
definitely use it.
They don't say why you can do this.
No.
They just kind of.
Clive teaches you just a quick.
Just a quick.
And you quickly forget. I just can't remember how to dodge like that.
There are sort of lore explanations for it if you played 16, but this game doesn't explain it.
No explanation.
Well, because the Noctis, the 15 event, they kind of tell you why. Like he shows you the warp strike, right?
Yes.
But we've never warp struck since.
But we've never warp struck since. Yeah, so.
You forgot it.
Yeah.
You should remember.
Well, no, warp striking is an ability. Like all magic in 15 is specifically tied to Noctis's existence. So without Noctis, we can't do the things that he gives us.
Okay, so we defeat it. Well, we don't. Well, you don't actually defeat it, but you end the fight. And that's when
you turn into Ifrit, and you're like, whoa.
Well, he's like, he's like, I am Ifrit, and then he does a cool action sequence.
Must be quite overwhelming because he's had this revelation 2 times in the last 24 hours of his life.
Yes,
at this point.
Is that little animation sequence where he's like, I don't know, punching Ifrit? Is that like originally like in the game, or is that unique to 14? It looked nice as all.
It's pretty much the same, except it's much lower quality. But yeah,
it's like a dumbed down version of it.
Yeah.
I was just curious.
He's not semi-primed like he is in 16,
right? And
that will make sense if you've played 16.
Yeah, he's semi-primed.
What you mean there
in the 14 one? Yeah. Okay. So we get out of there, and this is where. It's time to spoil the game, essentially.
This is where Clive drops his big old spoiler on you if you haven't played the first 25% of the game.
Thank you.
16.
Yeah.
Just because you dared to not get a PS5, this is what you deserve.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So how do we get here? So
Clive has got all his memories back, so he explains exactly what happened.
Yeah, he explains what happens. I mean, it's in the game, but when does Torgal?
It's in the game, so you can say it.
Does Torgal?
Yeah. He realizes that.
Yeah, go on.
No, Torgal appears at the end of the June, so he's already there.
Yeah,
right.
Wait, okay, real quick, because there's like some text before that. Can the dog talk in 16? Was that the dog talking?
No, they've got a bond.
Yeah, okay, because I was like,
no.
Can the dog talk?
Yeah.
The dog can't, so don't worry. It's not red.
Okay, I just
wanted
to make sure.
He essentially remembers everything that's happened in the game up until that point that he disappeared. He went into the ruin
for the first time.
He primed.
Yeah. Prime reminder.
Priming is what they call when they become the icon.
The full version.
The full version. The big boy.
Because they can harness their powers in a very dramatic way in a semi-prime as well, which is like they retain their form, but full priming is becoming the summon.
And so he brings up his brother Joshua, who we know is dead. Sorry, I've lost my show notes.
He admits that he realized that the first time he ever primed, he accidentally killed because he did not have any control. He'd never experienced it before, which is
didn't even knew it could happen because
No.
There are usually only one primal of
Well,
each.
if Ifrit wasn't even known as a
Yeah, he's unknown. The fire primal is always Phoenix.
Okay. Yeah. Yes. Yeah. That is so.
He actually explains his emotional state a bit more than he does in 16. In 16, it's sort of told more visually. Here, it's a bit more just like explained, which makes sense because 14 is an MMO. They can't really do it as
14 doesn't have very good
action.
emotional displays.
Yeah, and that the spoiler that he dropped is quite a significant spoiler because that's supposed.
It's a chunk into the game, but it's still not like. Major.
It's sort of like a twist that you're supposed to be questioning for a bit, though, in the beginning of the game. So I'm surprised they chose to put that in there.
Well,
yeah. I mean, honestly, I'm not that bugged about it as someone who's not played 16 yet. I mean, I do think it's like silly.
Yeah.
I don't know. Like it didn't seem very necessary for me to know, like at the very end of this event.
He's just about to leave. Why did you drop that?
Yeah, and it's like, hey, by the way.
Yeah, I killed my brother. Yeah, so he does that, and then
it's just like how the trailers showed it and the end of the demo. Because from the moment you see that scene at the end of the demo, you know what happened to Joshua.
No, you don't, because at the end of the demo,
you don't know it was him.
You don't know it's him.
You don't know it was him, but
there's a burning man. Remember? Like, do you remember all that? They're supposed to be mysterious.
You saw Ifrit do what he did, and then you saw the burning
but
man.
then
you
we've
didn't
also seen trailers up to that point of 2 Ifrits.
Yes.
Yeah.
Well, that is true too.
Yeah.
Like I watched all the pre-release stuff for 16. I did not know that at all.
Mm-hmm. So that is, I think, undoubtedly a huge spoiler. That will ruin that moment in the game if you haven't played it already.
So. Yeah.
Because do you not remember the scene when he finally the pieces come together? It's like, oh fuck, it was me.
Yeah.
That's like a huge moment, which has now been ruined if you didn't play it. I haven't played the game, but there's a lot. I will say, a lot of other twists and turns in that game, so it's still worth playing. But you are losing that one.
They should have just waited.
Yeah.
Or just like
waited for what though? I mean, the game's been out for a while
the PC release or something. I don't know. Or like,
we don't even know when that is.
It's like some summer or something. I don't know.
I feel like I hear dates constantly. Yeah.
I don't know. I feel like you should have gone either all in or nothing. That's what I would say.
Yeah, it's a bit weird to dump that on random strangers just as you're about to leave. But okay. Anyways, it happened. So Torgal appears. And
because of his strong connection.
Yeah. And he the wandering minstrel's like this. He's come to like take you home because that's your.
You have sort of created him from your mind because of a strong connection to him, and also as a means to return home. Yes.
That's your spirit dog.
That's your spirit dog.
He talks, maybe.
Yeah, and so
he doesn't.
No, it does not talk. So he's
like Red 13, right? But like a wolf.
Yeah,
he does not talk. Never talks. And so we go. So he's like, it makes sense for us to go back to where he came from. That's probably where I don't know what he called it. Like it's just there's something there that's how we can travel back. It's just that's where we can
magic.
That's the connection.
That's where he was first found. So that's where the gateway between worlds is.
Well, he explains once you get there that the connection might be because Burning Wall was a manifestation of what people believed to be Phoenix's ether, which is also a spoiler for this game.
Yeah, true. Yeah, that's another.
Clive is like, my brother was Phoenix.
Yeah. So it was just interesting that Louis Soir was such a thing here.
I mean, it makes sense when you think about it, actually. Yeah. The fact that Louis Soir is Phoenix and Joshua, Clive's brother, is Phoenix, so that's how he would have been brought to this world.
Yeah.
It's well thought out.
It is. And so our story ends with Clive.
Hey, you get to chase after Torgal first.
I love that sequence where it's just you running after Torgal with the wandering minstrel and Clive. What a weird and good moment.
If you stopped I stopped to talk to the minstrel and Clive because I was like, I want to.
Yeah.
Even though the game warns you, don't
I
get
didn't
left
want
behind.
to.
If you get left behind, I will say Torgal stops.
Oh, he does
Torgal
stop.
does not keep
The
running.
quest
in-
is stopped, and you have to restart.
No, you don't have to do that. Torgal will stop every now and then.
Yeah.
I guess at certain checkpoints he will stop if you're not close enough.
I see.
Otherwise, he will just keep running.
Is it just me, or did Clive have like an entire custom like running animation? Because that's not.
Yes,
the
he does.
Midlander
Yeah.
one. And it's
People
not
have
the
brought
Highlander
this up.
one.
It seems to be in a certain extent ported from 16 itself.
Yeah.
Okay.
He
'Cause I was
uses his
wondering,
run
'cause-
cycle from 16.
It's not doing the fucking like Highlander or like the Midlander.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, no. Yeah, so you do that, which is just a fun little I mean, for most people, there's no threat in the Burning Wall. So you just
But if you do this a fresh 50,
yeah.
Good luck.
those Mirror Knights will attack you as you run through.
Yeah, yeah.
It'll be a little bit of a struggle for you to get there. But that's
Yeah.
part of the
It's a
challenge
struggle.
intended.
Just keep running.
You are level
Well,
50.
I remember
you're
being
not
fresh
geared, though.
level 50 going into the Burning Wall. Those Mirror Knights fuck you up. They are horrible. They have like
If more than a couple start hitting you, then
yeah,
Just
get a
keep
bunch of
running,
those
guys.
after
Torgal
you.
will protect you.
Yeah, no, he won't. So you make it there, and then he's like, "Peace out," and he starts to like fade. Well, he like white light engulfs
Yeah.
them.
Yeah.
And
Before
then,
he goes though, we tell him, get naked. Give me those clothes
Right.
now.
No,
Run your
that's not
pockets.
Actually,
Yeah,
no,
that's what
that's not
happens.
actually what happens.
Give me your dog. Give me your dog.
Give me your dog. Give me your clothes and get the fuck out.
So yeah, then the quest ends. The minstrel's like, "Thanks for indulging me and helping out. Peace out."
Yeah.
Here's the dog.
Well,
here's the
here's
dog
the
as
whole dog.
Here's a puppy.
Here's a living dog that I've made.
In the brief moment that I've known this dog, I have made a replica via glamour prisms, a whistle that will summon a fake replica of the adult dog, and using my imagination, I have created a puppy minion version of what it might have looked
Right?
like.
That's crazy, man.
And tailored his
and I've
clothes.
tailored his clothes.
And I've made. But he doesn't mention that part. He doesn't
No.
bring up why he gives you the
That's-
clothes.
no.
in a-
No, you stripped him. You
Yeah.
took his clothes.
Yeah.
The craziest, like, if this is based on glamours, like, if the mount's based on glamour, so he's seen Torgal and he's glamoured it on, what does it look like without the glamour? What are we riding?
Oh, I don't want to think
Point.
about that.
I mean,
Uh,
it's
It's a human.
No, think about the first dog. Think about the first dog we met this expansion. It's the same one, but it's hiding its hideousness.
Oh no.
horrible
Oh,
blue
God.
eyes.
No. Okay, so yeah,
But
we
think
get
about that comparison. The first and last dogs we're getting this expansion.
Very dog-heavy
yeah.
expansion.
yeah, true. This is
I
the
hate
dog
Argos.
expansion. Inu.
This is Torgal's a good dog.
The minstrel does bring up stuff though. He does tease you as like, I wonder who will find the end of this story. Maybe
Yeah,
this
he's
will
like-
be you.
I can't
Don't
go
buy the
there and
game.
see it, but maybe here's can I get your credit card? All right. There you go. Copy 16.
I've seen some other people also saying that they plan, which I can see it both.
Sorry,
you gotta say that
do
again, Georgi.
One more time.
So I've seen other people say that it was for the second event that they want to maybe do.
Sorry,
We
can
got
see
that
fucking
mostly that one.
most of
Tease
that
the
made it
second
through.
event. Yeah.
We got the gist.
Please. Okay. What did I say?
I don't know. Say it again.
You said
You said a
you
tease for the
said
second
it's,
event.
yeah.
yeah.
Yes.
I think you
Yeah.
said teaser.
Yeah, teaser. It's
We'll
okay.
never know.
Right. Anyways, so now we have our stuff: a mount, a minion, an outfit, and then you have to get
You
pay
buy
up.
all the orchestrion rolls from the prize vendor, and you get the card from
Yeah.
the card vendor.
Yes.
Very
Uh,
expensive.
Quite
Yeah.
expensive, yeah, but worth it.
The
Pretty good though.
yes. Sorry, I'll just address quickly the Georgi's dropping out. That's packet loss, which is not something we can do anything
Yeah.
about. So it's just how it is. He's far away, folks. He's far away. Okay, so that's
I think
the
the
event.
only way I'd improve the event is maybe cut down a little bit on some of the back and forth early on. Like there was a lot of just running around, but then there wasn't much afterwards. So it's very like end loaded in terms of the best bit, and I'd also probably make the Ifrit fight have a section kind of like the G Warrior fight where you play as Big Ifrit.
I expected something like that.
I kind of
honestly.
expected that too.
I did too. I was a little disappointed we didn't get to play as Ifrit versus Ifrit.
That's at least from the trailer. It's like a big thing for 16. It's
Exactly.
Like, ooh, you're the big monster and do the thing or whatever. I don't know.
Yeah.
I think they're saving that for this theoretical second event.
I would definitely go for a second event.
I really
liked
liked
this event.
I liked it for, it felt so I was almost sad when it was over because I'm like, it's just started.
It's so funny. It's so much higher quality than a Nocturne for Heroes. It's just I don't know. And also Noctis just looks like shit.
Noctis, that's funny. I've seen a lot of that on the subreddit. People laughing at Noctis versus Clive.
Lightning looks good though. Lightning looks good.
Okay. I have to say this because a lot of people are saying that Lightning looks good, and then they keep repeating the false. This is false. It is not because
I know what you're gonna
13
say.
used the same engine as 14. That's not correct.
That's true.
That was 1.0. We're on the Luminous
actually.
engine, which is a branch of 15's engine, which, with your logic, should have made Noctis look much better than 13 Lightning.
I would say
Yeah, logic.
I'm higher on a Nocturne for Heroes than Rollo is. I think a Nocturne.
Absolutely
That was the
censored.
worst.
I think a Nocturne for Heroes.
That was the worst it's ever been, Kyoki.
You are really. The
You're
packets
being
are just.
censored left, right,
They're just
center.
falling out. They're just. It's over. Yeah, no, but I do agree. I think Nocturne for Heroes is good. I don't think it's
I
bad.
watched the fight in it.
I think it's just
all right.
It's funny to see the comparison between Lightning, Noctis, and Clive, because Lightning and Noctis look a lot. Sorry, Clive and Lightning look a lot like they do in their respective games. Noctis looks like he's made of paper mache. Like he looks wrong. They couldn't.
I'm not going to
get
say
him.
they have a bias,
Right.
but I mean, it's the same people working on 16.
Yeah.
So it's just easier.
Yeah. So yeah, it's good. If there is a part 2, I'm looking forward to that.
How would you rank it on the crossover events,
Which we haven't done
tier
yet.
list that we don't have?
This is up there. Like this is one of
In
my
the-
like.
in the top.
Better than the 11 ones or worse?
Better, I think, than the 11 ones. But I liked the connections they potentially drew. But I don't think there was much that actually happened in the 11 one.
Depends. Like the Shantoto one was pretty fun.
Toto one is
And
good.
Toto one was kind of pretty good, yeah.
I feel like I got more out of the 11 ones as someone who's not played 11 versus as someone who's not played 16 in this one.
I agree with that.
I think even the 15 one too, it was pretty. They just don't really talk about the original stuff too much. Whereas with 16, he's just walking around. He's like, oh man, this is so weird. It's just like I'm like, what are you talking? What is that? That doesn't mean anything to me.
That's true, I guess.
Yeah. It's not the best crossover event ever, though.
But it is good. It's very good.
It's very good. But it's no Yokai Watch.
It's
A tier, S tier, Yokai Watch.
Yokai Watch, in terms of gameplay,
Oh my
offered,
God,
is an
Mela.
S tier for sure.
Yeah, but
No.
What? You're just shut the fuck up.
I agree.
It's
I agree with Lakil.
fate farming for weeks. That is not gameplay. What the fuck are you talking about? There's like hardly any story.
Let's
Shut
see if
up.
I can say this.
You goblin.
As much. I'm someone that completed the Yokai Watch event the first time.
First time, yeah, same.
Yeah.
You're a true genius.
Me too.
No, I'm not gonna. I'm not gonna
Miguel.
defend it though. Fuck off. Fuck up, Mela. I'm not defending this event.
It wasn't. No, I hated the Yokai Watch event too.
Yeah.
But I hate it more the fact that I was cheated out of my hard work when it came back.
Oh, you cheated! I don't get it.
Because I deserved...
Because Mela was gloating
the first
so
exclusive
much.
amount I deserved to keep, and everyone who did it afterwards shouldn't have been able to get
It was Rollo. I cannot explain to you how good it felt because Mela, because I was like Mela and we were talking about the Yokai Watch event when it was going on, and I'm like, I am not getting the glowing mount. I'm not gonna.
Yeah, you didn't deserve it.
I'm not gonna like no life this event that hard, and so I didn't. I just got the basic one. Mela got the glowing one, and he gloated. And he was like, "Oh, look at me and my little cum mount that glows." And I'm like, I really don't care. And he did that for like, you know, you were food. Oh, I have this exclusive mount announcing the return of the Yokai Watch event. And Mela stopped using the mount immediately. It was so good. And then I got it. And I remember the first time I mounted it next to Mela, met with dead silence. And that's the best, because that's how you know that he's seething. So,
but then we got the Jibanyan after that as well, which was even more bullshit.
It just keeps piling.
Can you put the little, an actual piece of sperm on the thumbnail with like the yokai face, please?
No, I don't think he will.
No.
Put it next to his face, though, when you put Koji Fox, or not Koji Fox.
You want me to put cum next to Koji Fox's face?
Sperm is not the same as cum, sir.
Just different. A sperm, just a with the tail.
The scientific example of when don't do that.
We are
don't do that.
Not continuing this conversation. We're on the podcast. Yes, go on.
Can I quickly say one more thing? The card looks not great.
Oh, I haven't looked at the card yet. Is it? Is it bad?
I mean, it's a triple triad card. I don't think they're good in the first place. Are they?
No.
The
says it faces the wrong way.
That doesn't bother me.
Wrong way?
It's the
okay,
all the other Final Fantasy ones face the other direction, and they're art by Nomura. That doesn't bother me. What annoys me is the way that the sort of he's like sort of glowing, but it looks harshly cut out in like
they like done a bad Photoshop.
It doesn't look nice. Yeah.
I see. Okay.
The one thing that Triple Triad failed at in this game is the art. I think almost every single card looks shit except the other Final Fantasy cards because they're Nomura art. Why not put some effort into making the art for the cards look good?
Yeah.
Why just a screenshot of the character? But
why waste money, Mela? Why waste money? Clearly, they're not wasting money. Look at the Clive card.
Think about how many Triple Triad cards there are, though. I mean, I have it's a lot.
Well, if they'd put the effort in early on, then they wouldn't have had much work later, going forward, would they?
Well,
they're
this
who
big.
Does the Lords of Verminion stats. That's his only job, Lukiel. He sits in the basement and he does Lords of Verminion
his
stats.
only job.
They could have at least trained him in art.
Okay.
Trained him in art.
You can get the orchestrion rolls as well from Triple Triad, and from the Gold Saucer. The music as well is good, but it's obviously 16 music in this event from the game.
It's cool. Out of context, they're neat. I'm sure they're important in games. So
yeah.
16 has really good music.
Soundtrack is good. That's the 16 event. I'd say a success. More like this, more stuff like this from 16 and
do
other
it
games.
Better for the second one, though.
The second part we would longer. Longer.
Here's a question.
Yeah.
Do you accept that we got this event and in exchange we got the Hatching Tide / Little Ladies Day combined event last 3 weeks?
Hatching Tide and Little Ladies Day walked so 16 could run.
Well, I would say like crawled.
Yeah, they crawled. Yeah.
I'm
That's
fine.
The exchange you're making.
Yeah. Well,
you got cool items. The clothes look. Yeah. The gear's nice.
And
that's good.
Yeah.
The cape. The coat comes with a cape.
Oh no.
That does not work with toggle.
No, that's true.
Well, I've given up on stuff like that in this game.
Poor little Torgal though.
Around him.
You can't be a big character. You're gonna break his little back.
Does
it
scale?
That's true.
Does it scale or is it?
He doesn't. No, Torgal doesn't scale. Torgal is an unscalable mount, like the yokai sperm.
True.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
That's true.
Yeah.
That's the best part about the yokai sperm.
Yeah.
I haven't seen a big fat Rogadin in it.
I like that you can pet him. That's cute.
That is.
Yeah, that's a good mount. The mount action was petting him. Good event.
Yeah. Also, I will say that because this event came so shortly after the Little Ladies Day and Hatching Tide event, makes it better because it feels like they're like, it's like one experience, kind of. It takes the edge off how bad the previous event was.
It does not. exonerate
No.
the little ladies day hatching tide event, which will always be where we put it.
Yeah. Yes.
But it's
But
nice that
I'll
we've had
take-
this as a little like palate cleanser.
Yeah, I'll take that exchange.
Yes.
A worse
Yeah.
seasonal event for a pretty damn good crossover.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's cool.
Mm-hmm.
Again, still weird out of context. He just seems like a weirdo talking nonsense to me.
Yeah.
Has amnesia. A lot of amnesiacs are.
Yeah. Okay. Well, there you have it, folks. That's the show. Thanks for watching. We'll be back next week, same time, same place. Remember to follow on Twitter at SpeakersXIV, twitch.tv/SpeakersXIV, exclamation Discord and chat if you want to join our Discord channel. If you're watching on demand, links in the description. Remember to send us MogMail, speakersxiv.com/MogMail. And if you're watching live, the post show is coming up with all the shenanigans you can expect. See you there. Goodbye.
Bye.
Bye.